Arts Council England is a beast. And it's a bit like Mr. Beast in the sense that they give away so much if you jump through a series of hoops and complete a series of tasks. Now, being someone who's been lucky enough to secure 2 bouts of Arts Council funding, but I've written many more applications, I've got a little bit of insight into the process, and I know how difficult and overwhelming those application forms can be. In fact, I've always fed back to the Arts Council just how inaccessible this is to, the average person, and considering that the Arts Council fund, I'd say 80% of the work of early emerging career artists, to give them that experience and that much needed springboard into the industry, something needs to change, because that needs to be made, it just needs to be diversified more. But here's from my experience just some simple tips and tricks that hopefully will help you secure your first bout of funding. And it all comes down to one thing: be specific. Not Pacific, specific. Make sure you have the who's, the what's, the where's ironed out to a crisp before you approach the application. So firstly, who? Now the Arts Council aren't looking for a project that appeals to a wide audience. No, they're looking for something that appeals to actually quite a small demographic, a niche audience. So really think about your audience and why this project is specific to them. Like, what's their age, demographics, social situation, standing. Who? And make sure you are targeting some sort of audience where this piece is going to benefit them, because they're all about experiential learning and growth. And the who also comes down to who's involved in the project. How are they going to be benefiting from it? What is the project about? Make sure you have your elevator pitch down, because that's the biggest challenge of Arts Council England applications. You have such a limited amount of characters. Sometimes you don't have the words to say what you want to say. So make sure you have that what. Make sure it's elevator pitch. Make sure it's succinct. And why is this piece aimed at this audience? Why? Why are these two things, synonymous? Okay, where? The venue where you are holding this project, has to have some sort of significance to the piece, to the audience. These 3 things have to work in unison. The who's, the what's, the where's. They all have to tie into your artistic aims and objectives, and make sure they're clear as well. What do you want to achieve by putting on this project? It can't be, we think this is a good piece of work because we want to put on because we're bored and we want to be doing something. No, it has to have a clear outcome. And how are you going to measure those outcomes? That's another thing that the Arts Council are interested in. Results. They don't always have to be positive. They can be negative. You don't always have to be a success. But it's like, what are you trying to achieve and how are you going to measure whether you've achieved and reached that demographic? Now, I could go on forever about this because it's such a long-winded process, but I'm going to try and keep this to 3 minutes. So hopefully that's helped in some way. And if not, hit me up.